Never! It was a mass disappearance. Even the famous Manase family lost a daughter. No, you don't mean... She was about the same age as that girl over there. Ah, she looks just like Akiharu Manase's sister, actually. Miyuki looks like a girl who disappeared 50 years ago? And didn't that lady say Manase? That's Miyuki's last name too. What the heck is going on? Is it just by chance, or could it be a fantasy? Excuse me, but whatever happened to the kids that disappeared? Everyone in the village went out to search. We looked high and low, but we never found anyone. Look, Das, they're kids, they're not smart. No, wait, now that I think of it, they did find one little boy. That was all. Oh, wait, does this mean... Miyuki, what's wrong? You're looking quite pale there, dearie. Are you okay? Did you abandon your brother in another world? She really is pale. She hasn't been looking great since she heard what that old lady said, but why? What the hell is that noise? Hey, Takuma, is it okay to stop hiding now? Ah! What the heck is that thing? A ghost? A monster? Does it have candy? It's just a stuffed animal, see? But I saw it move and talk all by itself. I got a computer inside. It's like one of those stuffed animals that can walk and talk. Right, Miyuki? What? I mean, yeah, that's right. It's because of a computer. But Takuma, what's a computer? See, look, it repeats back what you say. Amazing technology, isn't it? I see. Technology is pretty advanced these days, I suppose. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I guess we gotta get going. We know the way from here, so... Are you sure? Okay, then be careful now. Have some candy. Whew. That was harder than I thought, but she bought it. Yeah, she was pretty stupid. But by what exactly? Well, come on, I told you to stay hidden, Agumon. But you were taking your time, so I had to get curious. Guess Agumon couldn't help it. He's bound to be curious now that he's in our world for the first time. But if anyone else sees you, we're gonna be in big trouble, buddy. Here, hold my hand, and pretend to be a stuffed animal from now on. So all I have to do is hold your hand. Not quite sure I get it, but if you say so. Jeez, please let this work. So where are we going now? The school, of course. We might be able to find some answers there. What about you, Miyuki? Are you okay with that? Yeah, there's something I want to check on at the school. All right then, let's get going. Yeah. Something about what that old woman said bothers me, and then Miyuki's reaction. A mass disappearance, huh? Does Miyuki know something about that? Miyuki, is something wrong? You seem upset. It's nothing you need to worry about. Is something you'd rather not talk about? Well, I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you. I believe everything you say, Miyuki. Yeah, same here. It's very convenient. Besides, we just came from another world. It doesn't get much more unbelievable than that. I guess that's true. Here's the thing, Takuma. Everything's felt wrong to me since we returned to this world. Even though I'm sure it's where I came from, I don't recognize anything about this place. What are you saying? Look, this might be a weird question, but what year is it right now? The year is 20XX. 20XX? Oh, it's true. This really is a different time. A different time? What are you talking about? This must be a different era from the one I lived in. So were you born in 50 years ago? So that would have been, what, 20, 30, 1970? You guys are 13. So you were born in the early 60s, late 50s. Huh? Could she really be from a different era? Is that even possible? And you're sure this is some sort of mistake or something? It can't be. When I lived here, the shrine wasn't some abandoned ruin. And what's a computer? I've never even heard of one before. It's all different. Everything's changed from the scenery down to the people's clothes. Nothing is the way I remember it. So you tell me, Takuma, what do you think is going on? That would mean... Is time flowing differently? What do you mean? It sounds like the flow of time in your world is different than in this one, Agumon. We were in that other world for days. But here, it's only been a few hours. And it's also an entirely different era now than the one I grew up in. What am I supposed to do? It doesn't look too good. I think we better find somewhere to rest. Good idea. We're not far from the school, so we can head there. Think you can make it, Miyuki? He's crying. It must be quite the shock to return to this world, only to find out it's not really your own. How would that work, though? We finally made it. So, because, okay. I'm gonna go refill my coffee, then we're gonna theorize. So, clearly we're back in our world, right? The school isn't dilapidated at all. Nothing like that, right? But here's the thing, right? How does the time work differently the way it does? Because we were gone for a few hours. But we were there for about a week, right? So that would mean what? A few hours in this world is equivalent to a week, so probably about 2 days for every hour, we'll say. Variable time flow, and I get that, right? But the thing that I have to ask is, how long was Miyuki in the digital world? Because you have to remember, the professor is her brother, right? And he was an old man. Like, 50 years had passed. If that makes sense. So there's one of two solutions to this problem. One, this could be like Cyber Sleuth, where yeah, but the thing is that with so, and I get that, right? Variable time flow, but the time flow variance would have to be nuts. Like, how long was Miyuki hiding in that world? For over, because you gotta remember, 50 years in our actual world was just a few hours, right? And we were there for a week, so every hour is a couple days, right? So I'm gonna whip out the calculator here, logically speaking. Our clothes were fine, you're right, but the thing is that if how do I put this? Even though he got so. We came back. We've been gone for a few hours. Like, our characters have been gone for a few hours, right? But we've been there for a week, right? So we know that a few hours, the equivalent of 3 hours is the equivalent to probably 2 days, right? The fact is, on our side of things, like on our world, the real world, rather than where she was, on our side of things, rather than where she was, that would still make no sense. Unless it's an ebb and flow. If that makes sense. Time speeding up and then slowing down. Speeding up and then slowing down, like a tide. Anyway, we finally made it. It's funny, after all that time in the other world, this school looks so wrong to me. This place. It seems like it, right? That's what I'm getting, but it's interesting to see, right? This looks like where I went to school, only a lot nicer somehow. Probably another result of how much time it's been since Miyuki lived here. Even having made it back, I still feel like I have no idea what's going on. So what are we gonna do now, Takuma? What do you mean? We came here to rest, didn't we? Yeah, but there's still a lot we don't know. I was thinking we should look into things. I mean, you want to search the school? I don't know about a search, but we could find a teacher and ask what's going on. In that case, we should probably have Agumon hide somewhere again. Again? What's our next move? Let's just find a teacher. The more I think about it, the more I think we should start by finding a teacher. I'm sure they're looking for us after all. Maybe they know something. But if that's what we're gonna do, sorry Agumon. You're gonna need to hide, buddy. But I want to stay with you, Takuma! Everything worked out before when I pretended to be a stuffed animal. I'm coming too. Oh no, you're not. That trick isn't gonna work if any of the students notice you. I'm sorry, Agumon. Fine, but you better come back soon. Thanks, Agumon. You hide in the bushes on the more shaded side of the building. Remember, that stuffed animal trick probably won't fool the students like before. So you'll need to be careful and stay out of sight, okay? It's kind of like hide and seek. Hide and seek, huh? I could do that. I'll hide so good no one will ever find me. You better. Alright then. Let's head inside and see what we can learn, and try to find a teacher. Wait, what? That makes no sense to me. Unless the worlds are merging. What's on TV? I'd like to check the news or something, but the remote's nowhere to be found. I guess someone forgot to put it back. Well, that sounds about right. Women's fashion magazines, children's picture books, and comics. There's nothing odd about any of them, and none of them contain any useful information. Phone tells me nothing. This shouldn't exist and it bothers me, but I get why it's there. There's a timetable for what we're supposed to do at the site, but it's pretty rough. Probably because we each had to submit a more detailed schedule of our own. I'll show you on the map. A guide to the landmark fieldwork is written on the panel. The teacher said this is held every year, that students join them from all over. This place is secretly famous amongst history buffs for all the rare landmarks. And a brochure. The landmark by the cherry trees, a nature-focused class, a farm experience. The rack is lined with pamphlets to showcase this area. So, if we go to the world map, right, we have access to the cafeteria, the classroom, the corridor. There's also free battles, which really shouldn't exist in this world, but at the same time, I get it from a mechanic standpoint, which tells me we're not done, but it's still disheartening to see. Anyway, to the corridor. I should try talking to the other campers. Hey, tall boy. Did you hear? The people who went camping have gone missing. Maybe, or the worlds could be overlapping, because the mysterious dilapidated voice we ran away from did mention something like that. For real? What happened? I haven't heard any details. A teacher's been running all over looking for them. And we're supposed to wait right here for now. Holy crud, this is worse than I expected. Takuma, they're talking about you and your friends, aren't they? Yeah, I think they are. The teachers and students here still have no idea what happened. What would be interesting to me is if Paimon is actually in this world. I should try talking to the other campers. Hey, how's it going? Give me your numbers. The teachers? They all went off somewhere. Maybe they're looking for the campers that never came back. There were a lot of them. A lot. Either they got caught in a landslide or they stuck around to check it out. Lots of people still haven't showed up at the school. Some people left school to go check out the landslide, apparently. The teachers must be really freaking out over this. What if it's not just us that was missing? What? Miyuki, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. I just got surprised when that TV turned on by itself. Oh yeah, someone must have used the remote. Looks like it's set to the news. You mean you could turn TV on from far away? Oh, and the image is in color. The picture's even nicer than on that big one I saw in the electronics shop that one time. Remote controls and color TVs are things most of us take for granted these days. Sounds like a lot really has changed between now and when Miyuki lived here. So, I'm having the opposite experience. This says it's today's news, but the date's the same as when we left for the shrine. So it's true. Hardly any time has passed since we crossed over to that other world. But not for me. Apparently it's been ages since I was taken. At first, I didn't think it was possible, but I'm sure Miyuki's not lying. Some of the things the professor told me, that the photograph we found in the other world and that incident the old woman said happened 50 years ago, feel like they're all connected. Could Haru and Miyuki have been swallowed up by that other world 50 years ago? Takuma, look! What? The location is showing on the news. It's not far from the shrine. It says several students go missing from the camp after a major landslide. So it did make the news. Oh, this is bad. This means someone could recognize me as one of the missing kids. If they find out I came back, but nobody else, they'll ask about the others for sure. But how can I explain what happened? You can show them Agumon! Takuma? What now? This story. What story? Is there something else in the news? Huh? That cable car looks familiar. And the story is accident at a defunct cable car rope-way. I recognize that cable car. Do you think it's the same one? Sounds like Miyuki's thinking the same thing I am. Oh wait, what's this next story? Abandoned factory collapses in landslide, blocking nearby roads. Same place. Recognize it too, Takuma? Recognize it? We were just there. That's where we fought Paimon. I knew it. That must be what's going on. Wait, did you figure something out? A landslide, a cable car accident, and a factory collapsing. What could it mean? What did Miyuki realize just now? Could this all just be coincidence, or could she have known everything from the start? Have you always known? Miyuki, don't tell me you've known about all this from the beginning. Hmm? Have you known about what's happening in both worlds this whole time? Have you known why this is happening to us? Known about everything and just kept quiet about it? Takuma, please, calm down. There are some things I know, but it's nothing like what you think. Please, you have to trust me. No? Right, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little carried away. But I want you to tell me what you know, otherwise I'll tell you everything I know. But first, I think we better go somewhere safe. You're right. If we stay here, someone else is gonna overhear us. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about anyone eavesdropping on us here. Right, so I'll start explaining. But you have to understand, this is all guesswork on my part. I think the world we're in right now, this world, and the one we got dragged into, the other world, are connected. That makes sense, otherwise we couldn't travel between them. Oh my god, she could draw better than me! That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, if there's an accident in the other world, then a corresponding event will happen in this world. That would explain those accidents we saw on the news just now. How? Remember what happened when with the cable car? And at the abandoned factory, Takuma? The cable car in the factory, what was it that happened to us there? Wait. That's what this is about. The site of the cable car accident is where Rio died. And that landslide happened at the factory where we fought Paidamon. So, you're saying the two worlds influence each other? As if they're overlapping? To be precise, I think things that happen in the world that have an influence on this one. And there's something else those places had in common too, which could be more proof. They had something else in common? Really? What else? You mean fog? Exactly. In both those places, we had to deal with the fog. Whenever something happened, the fog would roll in and cover the area. So in other words, bad things happen where the fog shows up in the other world. And then, that has some sort of effect on this world too. I think so. That's terrible. The fog showed up here at this school in the other world. The others might all still be there. What if something happens to them? And we're the only ones who know about this, Takuma. Which means we're also the only ones who can do something about it. Wait. No, you can't be serious. But I am. We're the only ones who can save them, Takuma. It's down to us. We have to go back to the other world and save them. But what can we do? We don't even know how to get back. Oh, but we do. You saw how my song was able to join the two worlds, right? It's an ability, passed down in the Manase family for generations. I will join the worlds again. Wait, passed down? Wasn't that the family the old woman said lost a daughter in the mass disappearance? That was me. I thought so, but does that mean you and Haru crossed the world 50 years ago? Apparently. Those two spent 50 years all alone in that world? Crazy. My head's starting... Enjoy the lurk. My head's starting to spin again. I need to stay focused on the big picture. See you in the VOD. Anyway, you've inherited this strange power that could take us back there. But let's say we manage to return to that other world. What do we do about the fog? The Master is the one who controls the fog. The Master? The one who robbed me of half my soul. The same being who consumes children in the other world. Come to think of it, Harukenmon and Paidamon did say the offerings were for the Master. But why did this Master steal half your soul? 50 years ago, when I was drawn into that world, there were many other children that were taken as well. So at first, I thought I was like them, brought over by chance. But I wasn't. What the Master was really after is the blood of the maiden. In other words, he's after you. Right. The Master covets the holy power I inherited as a member of the Manase family. And he wants to use that power to satisfy a grudge that goes back hundreds of years. This is about some ancient grudge? That's insane. Please, Takuma, I want you to help me. I want you to bring an end to the Master's hate. Not just for me, but for my brother, for Haru. We need to stop the Master. And how are we supposed to stop him? I don't know, but we just can't stay here and do nothing. More than anything, I don't want to leave Haru all alone. I mean, Haru is still a member of the Manase family too. Wouldn't he have the bloodline as well? Yuki. Besides, if that other world falls apart, I doubt we'll fare much better on this side. You're right, of course. I know you're right, but I'm still scared. What are we supposed to do? Whatever's happening, it's big. Big enough that it could mean the end of both worlds. To be honest, I'm scared. I can't imagine what I might be able to do to stop it. But Miyuki wants to go back. He wants to save her brother. And it's not like I just want to abandon the others. I want to save them as well. But I don't see how I can. I don't have that kind of strength. But can I really turn my back on Miyuki? What am I supposed to do? I'm not leaving them. You know what, Miyuki? I don't want to abandon the others. I want to save them. So does that mean you're gonna help? Here's the thing. I don't see anything how anything I can do could possibly make a difference. I'm just an ordinary kid. I didn't inherit any special powers like you. Sure, I fought with all I had in the other world, but really, when you get down to it, you've got Agumon, don't you? Haven't the two of you always found some way to rise to the challenge? Miyuki's right. Every challenge I've faced so far, I've been able to overcome with Agumon at my side. Why should this be any different? It shouldn't be really. I know it shouldn't, but I don't know. I feel like somehow something's coming back to this. Somehow coming back to this world somehow turned me into a coward. Takuma, please. Just don't know what I should do. Takuma! Takuma! Is that you? What? It is you. You're okay. Ah, teacher, why didn't you check in with someone? You know how hard we've been looking for you? Maybe you haven't heard, but some students may have gone missing. It's terrible. Sorry. You were in the group with Minoru, weren't you? What happened to the others? That's a question that needs answering. They probably didn't make it back yet. Not that I had much hope they did anyway. And who is this girl? Oh no, I got separated from the others. I wound up completely lost, so I had this girl show me the way back. Isn't that right? That's exactly what happened. I live nearby, so I knew the way. I see. Well, even if it's just you, Takuma, I'm glad you made it back safe. I hope the others are okay too. Teachers must all be convinced that the others got caught in the landslide. Listen, I want you to wait here in the school for a little while, okay? You too, miss. It's probably best if you stick around until things settle down. I can't believe this is happening. The landslide alone would have been bad enough. Wait, something else happened beside the landslide? Yeah, some talking bear monster thing apparently showed up near that old shrine. Apparently, it's caused quite the scene. A monster? But how? Oh, I'm sure it can't actually speak. It has to be some kind of mistake. The witnesses must have been scared out of their minds. Considering the timing of those reports, I wonder. Strange monster that can talk. That couldn't be Agumon, could it? No. Agumon's hiding nearby, which only leaves one other possibility. Takuma, you don't think... Miyuki's face just went white as a sheet. Oh, this is bad. I don't like this at all. Could this be who I really think it is? Takuma, I have a bad feeling about this. Hold on, we can't be sure of anything yet. For all we know, it could be Minoru and the Falcomon, or any of the others. But if it were, don't you think they'd know to avoid attracting attention like we did? He's right. Besides, if we really didn't come back alone, there was only one other monster nearby. Do you really think it's him? What's gotten into you two? If you're worried about something, you know you can tell me. Miyuki, we have to be sure. Right. Where do you think you're going? Sorry. Sorry, teacher, but we really have to go. First, we need to get back to where we left Agumon. Agumon, sorry that took so long. Hurry! You're back! I got so tired of waiting. Right now, we need to go back to the shrine. We have to talk later. What? Why? What's going on? Come on, Agumon, let's go! Hey, Takuma, is that you? You made it! What? What's the rush? Takuma! Miyuki, wait up! What the? What was that? That didn't look like a costume. What was that just now? Some kind of monster, obviously. It was on a rampage. Takuma, did you hear that? Sure did. Not a good sign. We should pick up the pace. Stop! You two really don't want to go that way. Takuma! Miyuki! Slow down! What's going on? It's another monster! I'm thinking this is Monzamon. What? Takuma, are you okay? I got so worked up I tripped over my own feet. But yeah, I'm alright. Where are you rushing off to? You don't want to go that way. It's dangerous. Takuma, we have to hurry or... I know. Just a second. You look like you fell. Are you alright? Don't worry. Takuma's got me. Everything's fine. It's a monster. Stay back. We don't have time for this, Miyuki. Miyuki, Agumon, let's go. Is this place? Where am I? What's going on? Is that some sort of cosplay? Everyone, stay back. This area is so unstable that even the inner shrine is collapsed. Humans, and so many of them. What's going on? I was swallowed up by the maelstrom, and then the master. Did he betray me? Who is that? What's going on? Sir, I'm not sure what you're doing, but I want you to turn around and come quietly. Enough! Oh boy. Did he kill a cop? Did you hear that? And I know this feeling, Takuma. There's an enemy up ahead. This is just what I hope wasn't happening. Look, Takuma. It's Paimon. He's here in this world. Only something's not right. He's covered in wounds, and he looks absolutely furious. Oh no, this is awful. The shrine's completely collapsed. Even the inner shrine must have been destroyed. The inner shrine? What's that got to do with anything? Was there something important inside of it? But I shouldn't get distracted. Right now, we need to find a way to deal with Paimon. Kids, this place is dangerous. Stay back! Ah, this is bad. Back! Everyone, get back! Beep! Can this be? Master, did I not serve you well? Why is this to be my fate? Paimon. Miyuki, stay back. He's out of his mind. Paimon, you're wrong. Wrong? How am I wrong? Your master. Not what you think. Do not speak of such lies. Paimon's going to attack Miyuki. I don't know if I'm strong enough to protect Miyuki myself, but I do know someone who is. Agumon, please, you have to protect Miyuki. You got it, Takuma. Do anything you ask. Ah! Miyuki, over here, now! Right. Traitorous human lackey. Does your treachery know no bounds? You will pay for thwarting me just now. Please, would you just hear me out? I don't know what you hope to accomplish with your trickery, but it isn't going to work. You've got it all wrong. All I want is for you to listen to me. Miyuki, stay back. But I need to get through to him. Does she really think she can convince Paimon? I don't think she has much chance, to be honest. I'm going to drain you back and regain my master's favor. That's not how it works. That's what I've been trying to tell you. More lies! Believe me, I know. The whole time my soul was lost, I saw the world as your master did. He never cared about you to begin with. Lies and deceit. Why should I care? Why should I believe you? You speak only in falsehoods. Not a word you say is true. I will not stand for such blasphemy against the master. Any more of this will only make things worse. We have to stop Paimon now. Agumon, I'm on it, Takuma. Ready to fight when you say the word. I will start by slaughtering these pests. Then I will return you to the master, maiden. Here he comes, Takuma. Right. I don't see any way around to fight now. I can save second thoughts for later. Agumon, we're doing this.